One of the reasons why this country has been failing to improve is because of the loyalty the ANC has towards corrupt people. The ANC chooses to do nothing to the comrades that have failed the taxpayer. The ANC believes in a practice that shows that their stance is all about the ANC and the ANC alone. To the ANC, it's the ANC against everyone else. It's the ANC against the citizens.
We might have different issues, and all those issues are not important. It is the ANC that is important, because if one starts throwing hanging dirty linen outside, the others are going to say, you too have done this and this and that. And so that is why it has never been the culture of the ANC to discuss issues outside the African National Congress.
They carry a mindset that protects thieves, protects murderers, looters, and all manner of rotten vermin within its structures. This is a habit that started long ago, and because nothing was done to do away with this nonsense, the country has suffered a great deal. This became obvious when Zuma was exposed as a Gupta puppet some years back. But before that, there were several instances of corruption that took place. Over and over again, the ANC protected dirty people. The first instance I would like to touch on is the case of Mpumalanga. Mpumalanga, which received a new title of Mpumalanga. I actually didn't know about this until I read a book written by Sizwe Samayende, a journalist who spent years risking his life in Mpumalanga in order to expose the shady dealings of the ANC within the Mpumalanga province. The name Mpumalanga was assigned to Mpumalanga because of the caliber of politicians that started leading that province after apartheid. The bottom of the barrel, I tell you. And the ANC don't want to get rid of those rotten apples. They keep on bringing back the same rotten people over and over and over again. In 1999, it was revealed that this man, Jacques Modipane, who was serving as the MEC of Finance in the province of Mpumalanga, signed 3 illegal promissory notes worth over 340 million rand. Modipane even tried to pretend that someone else had forged his signature, but forensics proved that it was definitely him who had signed the documents in 1998. Just the year before that. So, what is the deal with the 340 million rand promissory notes, you may be wondering? What was this ANC appointee up to so early in democracy? Well, Modipane as Mpumalanga MEC for Finance signed these promissory notes worth 340 million rand in order to secure loans from overseas. And as collateral for those loans, he put up the 32 nature reserves that belonged to Mpumalanga. Imagine that, huh? The guy just arrived. He just arrived. He was holding AK-47s and throwing petrol bombs less than 10 years ago. He has never been an MEC before now, but he was already selling off the resources of the country. Just wow. The ANC even tried to discredit the Commission of Inquiry that was headed by Judge Heath, but the MEC was forced to resign. One would hope that he would never be given a responsibility like this again, right? I mean, for me, I would expel him from the entire party. But the ANC does not do that. In the year 2000, when a new premier of the province became a man named Zweli Mkhize, he chose to appoint the same Jacques Modipane to become the MEC of Finance again. Imagine, the guy had just resigned not so long before. The public outcry caused the premier to force Jacques to resign again in May of 2000. Okay, that's good. That's good, right? Now he should go to look for a job in the private sector or start something of his own, right? That should have been the end of his political career, right? Wrong. In 2012, David Mabuza became the premier of the province. Yes, the same late David Mabuza who almost became our president not so long ago. Guess what? Upon becoming the premier, David Mabuza approved the appointment of Jacques Modipane as the chief executive of Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency. Speaking of the late great and mighty noble struggle hero David Mabuza, before being the premier, he was appointed to become the MEC for Education in Mpumalanga by Matthews Poza. He was the MEC for Education at the time that Jacques Modipane was trying to sell off our parks to foreigners. David Mabuza became the MEC for Education under the Premier Matthews Poza, and he had to prove himself. At the time, Mpumalanga was plagued by bad matric results. The matric results were embarrassing the province, but with the appointment of Mabuza, there was going to be change. The matric results of 1998 came out looking very good. They were actually too good. Mabuza, in trying to prove that he's so competent, ended up getting fired in 1998 when it was revealed that he had tampered, or they had tampered, with the results of Mpumalanga, causing the results to be inflated by 20%. But like many ANC cadres, David Mabuza didn't stay fired for long. Mabuza was in the provincial government, as they always are. In the 1999 provincial elections, he was reappointed to another MEC position. This time, he was going to be the MEC for housing. David Mabuza's office used 70 million for a Mandela Memorial ceremony. They looted while you mourned Mandela. 40 million of that memorial money was used to pay Carol Bauer. The public protector confirmed that this was wasteful expenditure. It confirmed that Carol Bauer was appointed in an irregular manner. But guess what? David Mabuza was cleared. And who was the public protector that cleared him? Busisiwe Mkhwebane. This same David Mabuza was supposed to be our president, but he was apparently bribed by Cyril Ramaphosa in order for him to step aside to allow Cyril Ramaphosa to become the president.
When Cyril got elected CR17, he lost the election, but at the very last minute, with funding organized by Stephen Kossef from a lot of good South Africans, allowed Cyril to bribe David Mabuza to cross the floor and win, okay? So 55% of the people there voted for Cyril, but 45% didn't and don't like him and never did.
No, Rob, it was much closer. I looked at the number 49 days. There were over 4,000 votes, of which Cyril won by 21. 21. It was
so let's say 49-51.
It's even closer.
Okay. 49.5, 50.5. Nonetheless, half of the people don't like Cyril. Half of the people are behind Paul Mashatile, and Paul Mashatile wants to do the deal with the EFF. So I don't see the ANC splitting before the election. It's not going to happen.
I don't see how this was a great idea. Rich people abusing the political system through corruption is nonsense. If it had worked, we would have thanked them, but it didn't. Would we have been better off in the hands of Mabuza? No. Only God knows who and what was better. But rich people wanted to play God and decided who was better, giving us one of the worst people to lead this country. Cyril Ramaphosa. It is wrong for these rich folks to use their money to influence our politics. Rather, use your money to educate the citizens and create a nation of critical thinkers who know what to look for in leadership. Not this nonsense of yours of deciding who is the best and shoving them down our throats. I hate that. Anyway, back to David Mabuza. You see, David Mabuza was dirty from way back. I left out some things, of course. I might talk about them in another video, but to check out more of David Mabuza's stories, as well as the stories of how bad things were in Mpumalanga, check out The Eerie Assignment, a book written by Sizwe Samayende. You can find his email address in the description box below to order your copy of the book. The next one is Zweli Mkhize. He was exposed for his digital vibe scandal, yet he's still in parliament. He's actually starting to raise his head again, hoping to be somebody more important very, very soon, as far as what I can tell. We also have Melusi Gigaba, who we know was deep with the Guptas.
Can you remember what happened?
He told me that he will move to the Department of DPE.
Did he tell you where he had received this, or from whom he had received this news, that he was going to move to being the minister of the DPE?
Then he said it heard it from AJ.
AJ who?
AJ Gupta.
So you say when he became the minister of the DPE, he went there to meet his advisors more often. Is that what you said?
Yes.
So did he tell you who these unofficial advisors were?
Yes, he told me.
What did he say?
It was the Guptas, AJ and his brothers.
When did you first meet Mr. Gigaba's advisors?
You mean the Guptas?
Yes.
When our first son was born.
And in what year was that?
It was in 2011.
2011.
Yes.
And how did that meeting come about? You deal with this at paragraph 17.1.
Because AJ wanted to meet our son.
Did they give your son any gift of any sort?
AJ gave him a necklace, which Malusi took it. Then he kept it. So he never ever gave it to my son.
Oh, okay.
What was the necklace made of?
It was a gold necklace.
In 2013, did you attend the Gupta wedding?
Yes, I did.
Did you go to the Waterkloof Air Force Base?
Yes, I did.
Did you go there before or after the wedding?
I only went before the wedding.
When you went to the Gupta residence, AJ would meet with you and he would hold discussions with Mr. Gigaba, and then they would go off to the meeting room.
It was not discussion, it was like briefs. He was briefing him, not like discussion.
And what was AJ Gupta briefing Mr. Gigaba about? What was the sorts of things that he briefed him about?
So sometimes you will brief him about the SAA, or you will brief him about Transnet.
What was discussed or what was briefed in relation to Transnet?
Most of the time in Transnet, it will be the people that AJ feels like they need to be appointed or need to leave or need to, maybe they're restructuring.
During these briefing sessions, did you ever hear any mention made of Eskom?
Yes.
And what was said about Eskom?
There was a time Mr. Brian Damas was the CEO of Eskom. And what I remember, Malusi liked Brian Damas. And there was a certain time then the Guptas didn't like him, especially AJ. Let me not say Guptas because it was most of the time was AJ. And AJ.
Other gifts. There's a heading that says the white 3 Series BMW motor vehicle, the BMW. You tell us about that?
They gave him that car as a gift.
Sorry?
They gave him that car as a gift.
Who's they?
Gupta's AJ.
Who paid for your honeymoon?
AJ did.
You say that about a week after the Gupta wedding, held at Sun City during 2013, Mr. Gigaba now visited the Gupta residence. And then you talk about what happened on your return home. Can you explain that, please? What you deal with at 56. On our return home, the CPOs took the bag from the boot of his official vehicle. Is that correct?
Yes.
And where had those bags come from?
It was the same bags that he takes out, in and out when he's there at the section.
When he's at the Gupta residence?
Yes.
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 Okay.
And what did Mr. Gigaba then do with those bags?
He would put them at his study.
And did you then go into the study?
Sometimes.
But on this particular day, did you enter the study?
Yes.
And what did you see?
I saw him taking money.
Packing money into what?
Into the safe.
And what did he tell you as to where he got the money from?
He said he got it from AJ.
And did he tell you what it was for?
It's me who asked him what it was for.
Yes. And what was his response?
He said it was for the elections, because at the time he was the head of elections.
It was for the ANC elections.
Yes.
He was a puppet of theirs, just like Zuma, but for some reason he keeps on returning to Parliament. He, like Zweli Mkhize, is still an MP. Jacob Zuma himself was known as a character bad with money way back in the 90s. Zuma was fired by Mbeki for his corrupt activities with Shabir Sheikh, and yet when the opportunity came, the ANC appointed Zuma to be the president. They seem addicted to the worst of the worst. Last but not least, I would like you to meet this woman right here.
They are very, very fantastical numbers that you are giving us, colleagues. You say you intend to ensure 100% connectivity over 5 years. We then ask you, for those who want to follow what I'm saying, we then ask you in the questions, so what are the timelines for this 100% implementation, I think, around service obligations? No, 100%. 50% of the sites will be done by 31st of March 2025, which has passed. I can tell you now, you have not even done 1%. You then say 65% will be done by 31st of March 2026. So how did you even get to that 15%? Where did you get 50% from? How did you get to 65%? Then it reduces in 2027 to 60%. And then miraculously by 2028, it's 90% and then 100% by 2029. Please make it make sense. And this is what I feel is the problem. Colleagues, it's as if you just don't care. It's as if you just don't care. Just put it out there. We'll shut these politicians up. These politicians know themselves. They've been called these politicians a few times. Shut these politicians up. Just give them this thing that they're asking, and then they approve our documents. It cannot work like that, colleagues.
She is Kuselo Diko. She was a spokesperson of President Cyril Ramaphosa during the COVID days. She was put on leave. She wasn't fired. No, she was merely put on leave by Cyril Ramaphosa. For what? For a COVID-19 scandal. So while she was updating the rest of us about coronavirus regulations, something else was happening in the background. It was revealed that her husband managed to grab a 125 million rand tender to do what? To supply PPE to the hospitals in Gauteng. In another article, it turns out that the accusations went as far as to say that the money was also going to be used to fund the mayoral campaigns of Kuselo Diko's friend. The money was allegedly going to be used to buy votes for her to ascend to become the mayor of Johannesburg.
This declaration are true?
Before I administer the oath, would you answer the following? Do you know and understand the contents of this declaration?
Yes.
And do you have any objection in taking the prescribed oath?
No.
And do you consider the prescribed oath binding on your conscience?
Yes.
Please raise up your right hand, say, so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Then we will then sign. Sign the three documents.
She's still working within the city of Joburg to this very day.
One person phoned me and said, I've won 40 delegates, give me 100,000 rand. And I tell him that if I had 100,000 rand, I would go to an auction and buy sheep or cattle. I wouldn't give it to you.
Not a buffalo, you wouldn't buy a buffalo.
I won't buy a buffalo. I don't have high fence for wild animals.
Yeah. So, but definitely the issue of money, you've seen it. I mean, even also
it's a serious matter.
How are you going to deal with it? Because also Cyril Ramaphosa's campaign has been accused of running a multi-million campaign.
I'm not sure. I think he scaled down this year. Last time he was in trouble about that. But today it was more complex because it was widespread. For example, there was a man who was campaigning for a Treasurer General. He worked in the office of the president. We raised our concern. This person is in your office. He's going around buying votes. Please deal with that issue. Fortunately or unfortunately, he's not elected Treasurer General of the ANC. But if you go around displaying money, it's the worst way of dealing with things. Then you spoil these delegates. When they talk to you, don't give them money. They think that you are sick.
Yeah. I mean, I was concerned when I saw some delegates even crying, and I wondered, are they crying because they lost money, or are they crying because they genuinely believed in their case?
If that is how they gain power, the question then becomes, how did Diko become a member of parliament and the spokesperson of Cyril Ramaphosa? Diko is a member of parliament to this very day. In fact, she's a chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Communications and Digital Technologies right now. She was removed from being next to Cyril, but she's still influential. Zweli Mkhize too may have been removed from the Ministry of Health, but he is a chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Corporate Government and Traditional Affairs. Now, I wonder, with the ANC rot being moved from one position to another, will thieving not continue? Will the deleting of whistleblowers not continue? Yes, they will take the cars of the likes of Hamilton and Ndlovu because they're the easy targets. They will harass the smaller mayors because they're smaller fish. But the thieving, the killing, the destroying comrades in higher positions will simply be rotated. The truth of the matter is the ANC never will change. If you still vote for the ANC after learning all of this, you don't love South Africa and you don't love South Africans. You are part of the problem. The ANC is rotten to the core. There's nothing and no one we can trust in that party. They keep each other in power no matter what. We cannot continue like this, South Africa. These people just simply need to go, and they need to go ASAP. To prove that no matter what happens, they keep protecting each other, just look at how Cyril Ramaphosa is chilled about the Mkhwanazi issue. He's not concerned at all, and that should concern you as a citizen. The ANC and the parties that come from the ANC must be avoided at all costs. MK Party and EFF are included. They have the same culture as the ANC. Ask me to prove it, and I will. Again. Please like and share this video. If you would like to support the work that we do, please buy our merchandise or join our membership at www.citizenconcerned.co.za. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Katlego. This is Citizen Concerned. And until next time, beware of the comrades.